Shalom. I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Makarfadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and much respect to the brothers pushing his word in the four corners of the earth, man. This is just a lesson about Billie Holiday, man. Billie Holiday / the Devil's Punch Bowl, man. Just the atrocities of Esau. So I came across this article right here about Billie Holiday. So here it is. It's saying they made a movie about her life, and this is just an article just speaking about certain things in her life and what's depicted in the movie. So I just wanted to read a little bit of the article because some things in there were interesting, and then I want to go into some scripture, and then end it off with a little video, and then that'll be the lesson. Okay, so this is the first part of it that I wanted to read. It was saying, is Billie Holiday depicted accurately in the movie? And it said, not exactly. Not only is her artistic spark absent from the United States versus Billie Holiday movie, the true story reveals that her sense of humor is also missing, which friends often recall. Instead, we get a mostly miserable Billie Holiday who is plagued by heroin addiction and alcoholism. Flashbacks show her being abused by men and life in general. Right? And now they go into this bullshit right here, right? Her mother has been a prostitute. Billie was raped at age 10, and by age 14, she had begun to sell her body in order to survive and was soon pimped out. Eventually, after a prison stint for prostitution, she turned to drugs and alcohol to ease the pain, starting an on and off addiction to heroin in the early 1940s, man. Right? Now, like, I don't know how true that is, but heroin was a little big back then. Not too big, but I mean, I didn't live then, so I really can't speak for it, So who knows if that's fact or not? After all, this is Esau writing this. Okay? And there's another couple other parts, man, that I wanted to get into. Okay. Now, there's another part. I'm like, yo, why are they putting this? It says, did Billie Holiday strip naked when Agent Jimmy Fletcher showed up to arrest her? And they're saying yes. Like, you don't have no evidence of this. It says yes. The United States versus Billie Holiday, true story, confirms that she stripped naked when Agent Jimmy Fletcher showed up to take her into custody. She also peed on the floor in protest, but that unsavory detail was left out of the film. Yeah, it's probably left out because this shit ain't true. Who the fuck is gonna piss on their own floor and protest? Like, come on, man. Now I could see if she was at his house and she pissed on his floor, then that make a little bit more sense, man. And then the article goes into her. It goes into her having an affair with a black Federal Bureau of Narcotics agent who arrested her, man. So they just depicted her as a straight up hoe, man. All right? And it says, was Billie Holiday an early civil rights hero? And it says, yes, but the movie focuses on this so much that it makes it seem that she was more of an activist than an artist. She did come under the watchful eye of the Federal Bureau of Narcotics because of her decision to keep singing the anti-lynching song Strange Fruit, despite the authorities telling her to stop. Right? So these Edomites did not like this song at all, man. These Edomites can't deal with truth, man. That's why they the father of lies. Because every time you tell them the truth about their own actions, They don't want to hear it, man. They can't hear it, man. You know? So they was basically telling her not to sing the song, man. Right? And this is the last part I wanted to get to. Was Billie Holiday fearful of retaliation for singing Strange Fruit? And it says yes, she admitted that singing the song made her fearful of retribution, but she sung it because the lyrics reminded her of all the things that had killed her father. He died of pneumonia in the South after he was unable to find a hospital that would treat an Israelite man. Right? And how ironic that her father died because he couldn't get any help from a hospital because of who he was. And, you know, she died in the hospital, man. Manata Zakbar had brought it up, I believe, last week at his camp, and he was speaking about how I think she had liver problems, and she was in the hospital, and the Edomites had handcuffed her to the bed, man, and didn't give her any care, any medical care. Probably starved her out, probably was beating her too, and just let her die in the bed, man. You know? But, you know, I don't feel bad because, you know, the Most High allowed all these things to happen to this woman because she was probably wicked, man. You know? But I just wanted to go into some scripture about what these Edomites is gonna get, man. You know? Yeah, Job 8:22. They that hate thee shall be clothed with shame, and the dwelling place of the wicked shall come to naught, man. Right? And what's the dwelling place of the wicked, man? Out here in Babylon the Great, you know? And this place is going to be destroyed, man. You know? Psalms 34:21. Evil shall slay the wicked, and they that hate the righteous shall be desolate, man. And I'm not saying that, you know, she was righteous, but she was an Israelite, man. And like I said, it happened to her because the Most High wanted it to happen to her, man. You know? But, you know, it's just the atrocities, man. It's just ridiculous from Esau, man. It's Job 15:20-24. The wicked man travaileth with pain all his days, and the number of his years is hidden to the oppressor. A dreadful sound is in his ears. In prosperity, the destroyer shall come upon him. He believeth not that he shall return out of darkness, and he is waited of the sword. He wandereth abroad for bread, saying, where is it? He knoweth that the day of darkness is ready at his hand. Trouble and anguish shall make him afraid. They shall prevail against him as a king ready to the battle, man. So, you know, Esau's day is coming, man. Definitely coming. And I can't wait for this day right here. You know? And this is why, you know, things like this happen. Just like, you know, the devil's punch bowl, man. And the countless other atrocities to Israelites, man. Obadiah 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, that thou dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, you know, that's talking about Babylon right there, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. If these came to thee as robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Will they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, will they not leave some grapes? How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy, right? So that's all the nations, man, because it ain't just Esau that's been doing us dirty. It's all the nations. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat the bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Shall I not in that day, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? Right? And this is going to be the end result, man, which I cannot wait for. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them, and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has spoken it, man. And after that 1,000 years of captivity, we're going to take their ass to the ditch, and we're going to burn all them motherfuckers, man. And there's going to be no more Esau, man. Right? But while they're in captivity, we're going to do them dirty, man. You know, we're going to be killing their kids in front of them, man. You know? Roughly paraphrasing, you know, how happy will they be when they dash thy little ones against the stones, man? You know? It's going to be a crazy time. I can't wait for that, man. But it's deserving, man. Esau deserves that shit, man. You know? Oh, there's another little video I wanted to play real quick before I ended it, man. Where is it at?
As the Civil War drew to a close, thus legitimately free individuals and escapees alike were captured and held in contraband camps, so named because as commodities they were considered contraband by Union troops who had no qualms about perpetrating slavery for their own benefit. 3 such camps existed in the Devil's Punch Bowl area of Natchez. A massive exodus of former slaves from southern plantations trekked northward in hopes of reaching a location of true freedom. But embittered soldiers, resentful that the people considered property were now free, had other plans. Researcher Paula Westbrook, who has extensively studied Devil's Punch Bowl, noted, when the slaves were released from the plantations during the occupation, they overran Natchez, and the population went from about 10,000 to 120,000 overnight. Unable to grapple with an instant population swell, the city turned to Union troops still lingering after the war to devise a merciless, impenitent solution. So they decided to build an encampment for him at Devil's Punch Bowl, which they walled off and wouldn't let him out. Former director of Natchez City Cemetery, Don Estes, explained. Devil's Punch Bowl is so named for a cavernous bowl-shaped gulch walled off by treetop cliffs. It was the perfect place in the heart of nature for the army to enslave people and carry out their regime of torture. The men were forced to undergo heavy labor throughout the day while the women and children were simply locked up behind the walls. Every slave man, woman, and child was starved and kept in the worst of hygiene conditions.
You see that bullshit, man? They just be doing us dirty, man. But we gonna give them double, man. We gonna give them double, man. When I have slaves, I'm gonna have them work until they die. Then I'm gonna bring them back to life, and we just gonna keep going. We just gonna keep doing that over and over again, man. For 1,000 years, man. I'm gonna work you till you die. I'm gonna resurrect you. And I'm gonna work you till you die. And I'm gonna resurrect you, man. I'm gonna do these motherfuckers dirty, man.
The slaves died of torture by starvation and exhaustion. After the slaves were dead, the soldiers kept their bodies to rot inside the camps. They never cleared or buried the bodies. Instead, they provided inmates with shovels to bury their slave brothers and sisters inside the camp. They were told to bury them where they dropped. Such conditions, along with the camp's location and climate of the region, contributed to the outbreak of several diseases that infected and killed the slaves. One of the major diseases contributing to the fatality was smallpox. Estes said of the concentration camp prisoners, they were begging to get out. Turn me loose, and I'll go home back to the plantation, anywhere but there. Locals say human skeletons occasionally wash free from the location in times of heavy rains and flooding. Wild peach trees now dot the basin, where human beings who believed they finally won freedom from slavery were tortured and died, and these peach trees are believed to be fertilized by their bodies. Like so much about the history of the United States, sadistic acts perpetrated by officials acting on behalf of the government have been deceitfully downplayed to lessen shame and facilitate collective memory loss. Whatever the full truth about Devil's Punch Bowl, it's a veritable guarantee no history book will be honest or thorough enough to shed light on the
He's fucking Esau. Esau is just gay by nature. Why you got the little boy in between your legs up against your sack and all that? Like, yo, Esau is just I'm telling you, man. Look at this shit, man. Yo.
excruciating conditions similar to Nazi concentration camps. This is the Devil's Punch Bowl. Black problems, black
Nazi concentration camps, man. That shit didn't even happen. That's a bunch of bullshit. They just fabricated and made that up so they can match the prophecies, man. I don't know, man. I'm just tired of Esau, man. I'm tired of being here. You know, I always hated this place, and I'm just ready to go. You know, this ain't life, man. And then to see things like this, you know, and I'm teaching my daughter these things so that she knows who her enemy is, man. And I'm not teaching her to hate anyone, but I'm definitely teaching her who her enemy is, man. Who her enemies are, you know. So, you know, without a doubt, she knows who they are. So she knows how to maneuver through this world, man. You know, fed our babies to alligators. You know, oh man, the doctor did experiments on us, man, cutting us open, all types of atrocities, man. Yeah, Esau, man, you gonna get yours, man. You're definitely gonna get yours, man. Shalom.